Shawn Andrich, with Gamers with Jobs here. My friends, welcome to the wasteland. Welcome to Fallout 4. Tell you a little bit about what we're not going to do in this video. We're not going to do any main plot stuff. In fact, we're not going to do any main story stuff. What we're going to do is something that's fairly common in Fallout 4 in the 20 or so hours I've played so far, is we're going to go and liberate an area that could make for a good settlement, which takes us into this whole crafting business that they've got going here. Ooh, we did a little jump. So we're going to go and do that. So we're basically just going to go for a little stroll through the wasteland. I'm not going to be spoiling anything. I do have a companion here with me. Where are you? Here's Piper. She's cool. It's got some good plot stuff going on with her, but shouldn't come up too much here. As you can see, Piper's wearing some junk that I gave her to use, so just to be a little more protected. And yeah, looking good, Piper. Nice work. So we're going to go to this settlement, and we're going to see if we can liberate it. And I'll talk a little bit about the game itself, but again, I'm not here to do big spoiler stuff. I'll leave that to other videos, and but I'd rather you just kind of got a sense of the game, if it's for you or not, and then whether or not you want to, pick it up or not. So this is my character. She's pretty badass looking. I got a haircut, and I won't tell you how she came about or anything like that either. And let's just go for a stroll. So we're gonna head towards settlement. You can see the meter at the bottom there, the little navigation thing. It's got the little pip there. That's where we're going. Let's talk a little bit about the performance and stuff. Bethesda unfortunately has the reputation of launching games that aren't quite ready for prime time. And who are you? A gunner. You're red, which means you're bad, which means we can shoot you. In theory. Oh, and a turret. I should have paid more attention. Oh boy, and this car's gonna blow up. Oh god. Even though these cars have probably been sitting here for a couple hundred years, they're still pretty robust, I must say. I just got this new sniper rifle. I haven't even used it yet. Curious to see what it looks like. I can hold my breath. So we still have VATS, of course. I'm not necessarily super perked, skilled, great at snipers or anything, but as you can see, it is still point and click. You get your reticle on somebody, and you hit them, you're gonna hurt them. Good lord, like how these things should be dry as a bone. Look, it's got a little mushroom cloud. Maybe that's why they're so explosive. All right, see if we can get this turret sorted out here. There we go. No mushroom cloud there. So anyway, Bethesda doesn't have the greatest rep when it comes to launching what we might call stable games. And so far, Fallout 4 has been very stable. I've had no crashing to speak of. I'm on the PC. I've had no weird bugs, really. I did run into a deathclaw once that my dog was attacking, and then the deathclaw went flying up into the air for some random reason, and then landed and died immediately. So I've seen that once, but that's about the only bug I've seen. Otherwise, it's been really stable. I've stuck with the plot actually fairly closely just to see how things progress there, and no weird bugs there at all. Nothing, no game stopping issues so far. So far it's been great. So I've been really pleased with the stability so far. There's a lamp. Wish I could pick that up. It's nice to have lamps. So let's see here. Where do we want to go? I think we're going to want to stick on the ground. So Piper, my companion here, I would say Fallout 4 is more interested in getting you to have companions with you than they have been in the past. Like, companions have always been a part of Fallout. They were minor in Fallout 3, a little more active in Vegas, and now in Fallout 4 I would say they've got perks and things that really encourage having companions.
Hey, point the way.
So I can tap on her here, and we can do a quick trade.
We have something you can use.
So she's got her own inventory. She's a pack mule. She can carry stuff. I don't know that she actually has a limit to how much she can carry. You see here I can sort it by the weapons she's got. I can tell her which weapon I want her to use. I can look at the items that I've got her wearing. I can take stuff off, equip her with things. The trench coat is actually her NPC, like that's the outfit she is wearing, but I put this stuff on because the trench coat isn't exactly great when it comes to protecting herself. So I've given her, she's got 38 rounds, which is good, and that's what the pipe pistol uses here, so that's why she's got that. It's fairly low-key ammo as far as cost, and she's mostly, I'm not looking for an NPC to be a stone cold killer. I'm just looking for an NPC to be frank, to be a distraction. They can't die. That includes your dog. Dog meat, if you take dog meat out, cannot die. They will be incapacitated in combat though, so once they're incapacitated, you're not going to get them back up until you've basically finished the encounter. So I think that's a good way to do it. It makes companions a lot less of a pain in the ass. You're not constantly save scumming trying to keep them alive. Frame rate wise and stuff, I've actually dropped the resolution to 1080p here just for this recording, but I've been playing 1440p at this graphical detail, and it's run fine. It's run pretty much locked at 60 frames a second. I reduced the view distance on some detail stuff just to keep it locked at 60. I find on my GTX 970 I'm definitely hitting a little bit of a dip at times in the frame rate, and when you're going 60 smoothly and you drop down to 40, it sounds like kind of a first world problem, but you do kind of feel that stutter a bit. So I did adjust some of those little details, but for the most part I'm running the sucker maxed out, and it's been running really well so far. One thing I've noticed and I really like you can even see it around this bridge. See how it's like green and rusty and stuff? You see how there's vehicles on there that are colors? Fallout 4 is a lot less brown than it used to be, and here you can watch me quick save. Boom, quick saved. It's a lot less brown. There's a lot more color in general, and the bases and the areas you can see. I'm finding it's a much more interesting place to walk around in. Got the power lines off in the distance there. This takes place in Boston and surrounding areas, which is pretty new for the series, being on the more easterly side of the United States, which is also a nice change of pace. So, welcome to Sunshine Tidings Co-op, which sounds really nice. Oh, the moon's coming up, so it's going to get dark soon. So, I've been sent here because they said that this would be a good settlement. Problem is there's some monsters of some sort, so those have to be dealt with before it can be used as a settlement. Oh, there's a robot that looks pleasant enough. So I figured I'd come here and see if I can get this place squared away so we can turn it into a settlement and expand our territory. Let's talk to Dr. Goodfields. Professor, forgive me. Well, you got something to say or what?
He's groovy. Whoa, man.
So not much to say with the professor. That's all right. Oh, Piper. Piper will take any opportunity to sit. Piper's got no problem with that. One thing about the game too, you can see I'm still wearing my Vault Dweller outfit. With the whole crafting system that they've got in the game now, they've actually made it so this Vault Dweller outfit's pretty viable. At least so far, in 20 hours, I haven't really felt the need to change out of it. And it's kind of an underclothing, so you can put armor pieces over top of it, which is what I've been doing. So, I wonder what the deal is here. Can't go into crafting mode, so there's definitely something going on. Peace indeed. Oh, let's see. Got a fire over there. This is an energy weapon. I found that the game so far... Cooking station, nice. That'd be good if we do end up building a settlement here. Oh. Ghouls, classic. Bats! Notice the slow movement. Notice as things are blocked, the numbers change depending on your viewpoint, which is really nice. I love it. It's such a neat dynamic thing. Whoa, there's another right beside my face. They always travel in packs. The ghouls are definitely at least the feral ones are definitely stand-in zombies for Fallout. You can see Piper, she's good to go. she'll get a few. She'll snap a few shots in there. What else we got? You know, I think maybe if we're gonna be in close quarters, clearing out houses, I'm gonna switch over to my shotgun. Oven mitt. A fuse. Ghouls usually have something on them. Toy car. It's a little sad. It's a lot of little. It's a lot. That's kind of the funny thing with Fallout 4. The people themselves, I've always found, are generally kind of jaunty, and then the story the world tells is horrifying. Which maybe that's. Yeah, we got a little lock picking. So we can do some of that. Welcome to Skyrim. Nope. Nope. God, I'm gonna be doing this hundreds of times. Thank you.
Got it.
I would much rather, once I have the ability to pick a certain level of lock, to just pick it. I don't want to sit there and dick around with that freaking bobby pin for all time. But to Fallout 4's credit, they've reduced some of the, what I would consider to be hardships around some of that. You know, even things like the cabinet. Nothing in the cabinet. Don't have to sit here and open drawers. I can just see what everything has in it, so I don't need to...
Hey, do you ever wonder... Oh, jeez.
Oh.
Sorry. Quiet in here.
Piper, you're gonna get us killed, woman. So they've done a lot of things to streamline stuff, which I really do appreciate, although there's some things that are missing as well. Free the robots. Okay, well, that's interesting. So talking about streamlining, you got your quick menu here. You can see, and you can assign anything you want in these. I'm using the D-pad in these directional pads. So I've got a shock baton, my sniper rifle, stim pack. I put my various grenades up here at the top. Put that stuff over there. One thing I'm finding is that I feel like they've really, especially if you try and follow the breadcrumbs in the main plot for a little while, you're going to find that they set you up. They expose you to a lot of different enemies fairly quickly. They expose you to a lot of different weaponry fairly quickly. And they ramp up really quickly. So I didn't feel like I had a super long time scrabbling around in the wasteland trying to scrape together some pistol shots. Very quickly, if you follow the plot, you're going to get energy weapons, you'll get a shotgun, you'll pick up lots of stuff from enemies. And I've done some wandering too, but for the most part, I found it's been a fairly easy time. Oh, they were napping. Sorry to interrupt your nap. Legendary. Oh god, this is going to be interesting. So legendary enemies are kind of a thing. So let's take out the little one first. There we go. I like the way she shuts one eye when she's aiming, real careful. Got some rad damage from that thing. Let's drop a stim. Where's this ghoul? Oh my god, Piper, did you kill this ghoul? Did you kill this ghoul? You, with that gun? You're a monster. So legendary, this is my second legendary. The first one I ran into was a legendary mole rat that dropped a piece of leather leggings that made my movement speed 10% faster. Which makes no sense, but Fallout 4 is not above doing some gamey stuff just to give you some interesting new loot as you're running around. So 50% more limb damage is a really interesting little perk on a gun. So if I go into VATS and aim at limbs, it's going to do more damage there. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't think we need the cue ball. Let's see. Are you dead? Yeah, you're super dead. Dinner plate? Nope. Nope. Don't care about that stuff. I've definitely hit that point where tactical calibrated pipe bolt action rifle, auto pistol. So anything with all these lightweight, hardened, Raider right arm, they tell you how this stuff's been modded. So you can pick up modded stuff, and you can mod stuff yourself, of course. Permanently collect extra meat from animal kills. Sure, that's hunting in the waste. That's pretty amazing. I'll take that. Usual Fallout humor in full effect. I do not know what brain fungus is. I'm going to take it. Jet, psycho, that's drugs. I never take drugs in these games. I just feel like it's... I mean, I know it's in the game, and I know there can be some bad side effects with drugs, but it always feels a little bit like cheating. I don't know. I don't know. That's my own weird mentality around that, I guess. But I rarely actually end up taking drugs. Okay, so that felt like a big portion of this whole thing. Does the professor have anything to say now?
Groovy.
No, he just thinks it's groovy. Okay. You know, I'm tempted to blow him up. So here we go. Workbench. Workshop. Boom. This is now a secured site which I can now build things in. And this is this is the rest of your life in Fallout 4. Welcome. Welcome to what you'll be doing for hours on end, even if you don't necessarily want to. But you'll somehow still be strangely driven to do it. This is their whole crafting thing. So you can see along the top, it's got information about the settlement that I'm in. The green line demarcates the property line for it. 0 people, no food, no water, no power, no defense, nothing. But it does have 7 beds already, which is nice. Some settlements I've been to had no beds that had to be built up. So as you can see, if I can highlight it, here's a tree. I could scrap that tree if I wanted. So here, like, oh, this stump's ugly. Let's get rid of it. Scrap it. Take that wood. Now I have 8 wood that I can craft with. Let's take a look here. Oh, here's a car that's never going to work again. Scrap it. 15 steel. Boom. There goes the car. You just walk around. You can only do this in settlements. You can only do this in places that you're in control of. So you're not going to wander the wasteland scrapping everything that you inside. But you can do it in any settlement you're in. So like this grill, it's got a couple steel. I'll leave that. It's kind of nice flavor. Yeah, you can scrap anything you want. If you can see it, if it's not nailed down, you can probably scrap it. So scrapping is basically how you're going to then unlock resources so you can then build stuff. So you can see along the bottom I've got structures, furniture, decorations, power, defenses, all kinds of stuff. So we've already got beds. So we've got places for people to sleep. What we don't have right now is food. Food's pretty important, obviously. Without any food, who's going to want to come to your place? So if we go to resources, we go to water. We could make a pump if I had any concrete, which I don't. We could use a water purifier. And your inventory for when you're in a settlement is shared. So any settlement you're in, you have access to your same inventory. So you can see here at just near the top there, it says I need 1 gear, which I've got 5. I need 4 steel, I have 44. And I need a concrete, which I have none. So I really need to find some concrete before I can even get some water happening here. So let's see if we have any concrete laying around. I'm going to leave that cooking station. That thing is good stuff. Let's see. Cinder block would probably give me the concrete that I need. Cooler? What about a cooler? No, it's steel, so I'll take it. So you can see contents transferred to the workbench. So you can really make this to be whatever you want. So if I basically go ahead and drop, let's see here, workshop. So if I go in here and I start dropping water, make sure there's beds, start growing some food, give it some power and some defenses, you can then put up a tower which will actually let you start to attract people to the settlement, and people will start moving in. So the more settlements you've got, they'll generate resources and stuff as you build more buildings in them. And when you go to a given settlement, then you'll be able to set up even trading routes between them. You can do all kinds of stuff. And they need to be defended sometimes. They can be attacked, although that hasn't happened for me yet. So you want to try and keep their defense up. So it does have that in the same way that Metal Gear Solid The Phantom Pain has Mother Base that you can develop over time. This one has settlements that you can build out with the idea that you're trying to make the countryside safer and give people a place to live. And you could completely ignore all of this. It's not really part of the main plot. Fallout 4 has lots of stuff that has nothing to do with the main plot, just like the other ones that came before it. So let's see if we can hack this. So hills, nothing there. Scant, oh, 2, okay. So I'm trying to match letters here, so the word scant, I think, yeah, this was in the last Fallout games as well. It's the same thing. You're going to feel that a lot as you're playing Fallout 4. There's a lot of same thing stuff. Let's see, maybe seam, that has an S and a C. Nope. So I think the S and the C is good. It's just, what are the last ones? Scant, traps, mouth, unless it's not S and C. I don't see any other SC words. I kind of don't like this. I need to get some perks that let me skip through this a bit faster. Let's see here. Scant, C, maybe the N and the S. Someone watching has already seen it. You already know. You're just watching me, judging. Slate.
That's it.
Boom. That's amazing. Sancta's motivation protocols to just be. That's awesome.
I can barely get mine to save.
Yeah, so you're not a computer person. It's okay, Piper. You're drinking something? Man, you are so chill. You are just the chillest lady. Okay. So now that we've rescued the settlement, I'm obviously going to need some more supplies here. So we can see real quick if I can get some stuff, and if I can't, then I think I'll just move on. But let's see here. Scrap, ceramics are always good to have. Oh, there we go, cinder blocks. Now we're talking. So now that we got some cinder blocks, go back to resources, go back to water, and boom, now we have some stuff so we can build our pump. As far as like a town square kind of place, I think this feels like a good place for a pump right here. Boink. Now we got water. So you can see at the top we've got 3 water, so that's good. So let's see what we got for food. Do I have any seeds? I got some melons here. Where can we build some melons? It's like right near the, maybe I'll do, and you can always move stuff around. You can drop stuff now and then come back later and say, I'm going to make a proper garden and do it somewhere else. Let's cancel that for now. Is there any scrap I can get rid of? Wide potato blossom. That's interesting. Okay, melons. Let's do melons right here. Melon, 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 melon. Now you do need someone to tend said melons. So now we've got some food potential at least. We've got beds. We've got that. So now what we're going to need, we're going to need power because without power we can't set up our beacon and actually get some people here. So see if I have any resources for a generator. I could do a medium one. Let's just do a small one for now. Let's build a small generator. We'll do it on the other side of the building here, so it's not near our melons. Not that it matters, but it matters to me. So there's a generator. Now we'll go to our miscellaneous power. We're going to do a recruitment radio beacon. We'll drop that right there. Okay, and then we will go patch a wire. Shazam. There, that's good. Okay. That's off. That's on. So when the beacon is on, you're indicating to the wasteland people can come and move in. And because we've got food and water and beds, we're in pretty good shape now for people who do show up. They can harvest that food and tend to it and grow it, and that's all good stuff. So the last thing I'm going to do before I take off for now is I'll make some defense. Can make guard posts, turrets. Turrets are a good place to start. They're fairly... I don't need oil. Damn it. And so it's got that usual resourcey sort of, I just need blank, and then I can blank, and then I'll build blank. And it's the same in the crafting, all the weapons crafting, all the armor crafting, chemistry, food, and you're not collecting crafting recipes. Everything that you can craft is available to you, which I really like. Instead, it's more just about finding the materials you need to actually do that. And a lot of that's going to end up being the junk that you collect. You're going to collect a bunch of junk. In my case, you're going to toss it onto a companion and get them to cart it around for you until you get back to a place and you can dump them into a workshop. All of your connected settlements, the workshops, are connected to each other, so they...
We're not alone here.
Oh. Oh, you're not going to be cool? Oh, shit. There's a right there. Okay. Yep. Reload in the middle of ouch. Still not dead. Jeez, this guy's tough.
I want this one
energy weapons tend to be a bit better against turrets, I find. There's a perk actually that'll tell you if what the weaknesses of a given character might be for different enemy types, but you can kind of suss that out on your own as you're going. So it's good to take stuff off of turrets. I don't want a flannel shirt. See, always a story. People are really willing to... Whoa, what? What? No, come back. Oh, okay, there's a button right here. Oh, this is interesting. Where does this go? People are really willing to live around dead bodies and stuff. It's always been one of the incongruities in the Fallout world. It's always been kind of funny to me. And even though Piper's down there, she'll warp up to me eventually. They're not trying to make this too punishing. Oh my goodness, so many people here. Okay, let's go to our inventory real quick. Boop. They're not trying to make things too punishing. In a lot of ways, they've really tried to make this as approachable and friction-free as possible, although there's still lots of friction. I cooked this Death Claw steak, and as you can see at the bottom, you can see how much health I'll get. And the best thing, no rad damage because it's cooked food, which is nice. Place for a turret. Environmental storytelling. Weapon workbench. Now, workbench that isn't... Ooh, 9 missiles, my goodness. Workbench that isn't connected to a settlement isn't usually going to be as much use because you can only craft stuff based on what's in your inventory, which often isn't going to be much, so... Usually don't end up doing much workbench stuff out in the field. Man, it sure is dark and hazy. Let's see. I guess Piper's not going to warp up unless we're ahead for a while. Headshots. Ugh, you bastards. But what I find, so you're in the wasteland, right? We get that. And there are some places that are settled. There's places where people have clearly been living for some time, and yet no blankets on the beds, no pillows, no... Even the pictures on the wall are all canted, and it's kind of odd. Like human beings, oh shit. Ugh. Nice work. Human beings, when human beings settle, when they're in a place for a while, they're still going to make it as nice as they can, but everybody still just lives in this squalor, and it always throws me off a little bit. Oh my god, have I not saved for that long? Oh, woof. I haven't saved forever. I think I've got it set up to save every 10 minutes or 15 minutes or something, but... Huh. Alright, well, we're just going to let that one pass us by for now. Where else can we go? Go deal with those ghouls again later. Let's see here. So here's the map. As you can see, it's pretty big. It's a decent amount of space. It doesn't look necessarily big when you're all zoomed out like this. When you kind of get in there, you get a better sense of it. Museum of Witchcraft. Nice. I have to go there at some point. So stuff on the map will mark out when if you've heard about them, if you've seen them. Here's my quest list so far. List of workshops. You can see different settlements and what their needs are in different places. So sunshine tidings. Well, you know, there's a kidnapping over there. Miscellaneous. Let's go to this kidnapping. Let's see what this is all about. Where's that going to be on our map? County Crossing. I've been to Green Top, so let's jump over there first. Oh, I haven't been there yet. I guess I haven't been to Green Top. Oh, right, because Green Top's got their own problems. Now I'm remembering. Okay, so I've been to Tenpennies, though, so let's go to Tenpennies. Fast travel in full effect, as usual. I guess I just wish that some of these more settled places felt a bit more settled. I wish that outside of the public areas, I wish that when you went into homes or houses that people have been living in, that they weren't quite leaning in so hard to the dilapidation of everything.
I just want to trade a few things.
Go ahead.
Settlers don't tend to have much worth trading. Let's not worry about that. So we're here. We're going to go to... I guess we can go to either because there's green top as well, but let's just kind of head in that direction. See what we can see. We should sleep. Let's kind of do daytime so we can see things a little bit better here. Got a workshop I could use. Transfer stuff into it if I needed to. Can I use your bed? Yes, I can because we're buds. Let's sleep till, 6 hours is good. Let's go to dawn. Adorable. All right. It is now dawn. There's actually a perk I've been thinking about getting that lets you potentially befriend or at least pacify wild animals.
I can carry something if you need me to.
Yeah, I know. But so far I haven't quite been tempted. There's always been something else I'd rather have. Let's take a look at the perks menu. Let's take a look at those skills real quick because it's pretty nice. So here's the perks chart. Got your main different points for your different categories here at the top, and then how good you are at a given category will dictate how many perks you have available to you. Your level dictates that as well, but as you can see here, if you're really agile, you can eventually get ninja, which I'm not agile enough. So if I wanted to do that next time I level up, I could put a point into agility, which will then give me put me closer to being able to unlock that perk eventually. So your main stats inform which perks are going to be available, and then individual perks have different levels to them. So you can see attack dog here, which isn't as good because I don't have my dog with me. You can actually see, so a different level requires level 9 Charisma 4, and the next one level 25 Charisma 4. So they level gate it, and then they also gate it by your overall point value as well. So I've just been you can see little stars on different things I've picked. I love this screen. It's so packed with personality and information that's really clear and easy to understand. And you end up feeling like you've built a really unique character once you've gotten through it. So that's pretty nice. Let's keep going here. Let's maybe, let's have a laser pistol for a little while. How's my laser pistol ammo? 122, it's not bad. Maybe I should go with something a little more. Yeah, 275. Got more ammo there for now. An old plane crash. Interesting. So it's got the whole sneaky sneak mechanic. Brotherhood scribe. Okay, won't kill you. So I know what your deal is.
This area is under our protection. Out of my way, Wastelander.
Okay. Brotherhood are a fairly new factor in the Wasteland here in the East Coast. Wow,
Can't believe the shape this thing is in.
Bandits usually have something to say, which is nice. I really dig that. Bit of radiation. Nothing wrong with that. I tend to go first person. I don't mind being in third person once in a while, though. out the camera, bring it right in tight. But as you're probably getting a sense by now, if you've played Fallout 3 or Fallout 3 New Vegas, there's this whole settlement crafting angle is very strong, and it's definitely a new thing, and the ability to craft weapons and armor and get into all that stuff is definitely a really nice new layer. Oh, who's shooting? It's not us. Broad strokes, Fallout 4 is very much like Fallout 3, right down to the enemy types. I've seen very few enemies in Fallout 4 that I haven't seen in Fallout 3 before. Who are you fighting, dude? Oh, let's put you out of your misery. Oh, he just used a stem pack. Good for him. As you can see, no auto lock. So you do get your VATS, but when you don't get that Destiny or Halo-like snap aiming, it's definitely going to rely on your own precision, which I'm playing on a controller, which I actually kind of like, because it makes the game feel a little bit more challenging. I've currently been playing on normal difficulty. I think I might bump that up at some point. I found so far normal, I have died, but normal for the most part has been pretty easy, especially when you have a companion and once you've gotten some good weapons and stuff. Kind of done taking random armor constantly. It just fills up your inventory and it doesn't give you a lot. Okay, so who is shooting? Oh, okay. Geez, maybe I should have left well enough alone. That skull over his head is what we call a bad sign. No, I don't want to loot you. Let's see how he feels about being set on fire. There you go. Ah! I will say one thing. I would not mind a little interface indicating where I'm throwing my stuff. That is not the first time I've killed myself trying to throw a Molotov cocktail. Yeah, I gotta save scum a little bit more. I keep dying. Oh boy. Geez, see, every time I die, I don't want to like repeat myself. I want to go somewhere else. But I don't want to take you to any of the main places that are kind of neat to see for the first time. I don't want to spoil that stuff for you. So, you know, we were moving toward that. Let's go to Green Top Nursery instead. It's a slightly different direction. Slightly. So is Fallout 4 good? It is good. Something you're not going to see in this video a lot is the storytelling, the dialogue. I found that's been pretty good. I think that the motivation here compared to Fallout 3 is much more interesting. I think it's a motivation that just it feels more urgent and it feels a bit more appropriate. And the setup for the game is pretty great too. So I like all that. I think character creation's pretty good. I think they've done some good things with... Okay, well, you don't have to worry about that. I think that they've done some good things with character customization. The characters look better generally when they're talking compared to, say, Skyrim even. You know, there's definitely improvements with the engine. Although there's certain things that feel like they're missing that I'd like to see. Like I don't have a Fallout or an FOV slider. There's some niceties for PC games that I'd like to have here that we're going to probably need to rely on mods for. But at the same time, hey, we've got mods, which is great. It's kind of worth it. You know, they've done a pretty good with this engine. You know, given that they've managed to keep it at a very moddable level,
That's in better
so
shape than I expected.
not going to complain about that. It's a ham radio. So I don't think you're going to be disappointed by Fallout 4. I think that I played till 2 a.m. last night, and it was really hard to stop. I was building out one of my settlements and just, I couldn't. Oh, it's so scary. Are you going to fight? Are you going to fight me, dude? With your little limbs? Your extra limbs? Rad Stag Doe. Oh, man. Let's go one each, see what happens. Yeah. Yeah. Go on, yeah. Jeez.
Dang. Lost.
Tire tracks. That's interesting. How old will those tire tracks be? Doesn't even make sense. Probably been 100 years at least. Well, let's see what this place is all about. Be able to plant those silt beans later. Robots. Lots of robots here. Let's see what this is all about. Only communists. Wow, lots of robots here.
Can we get inside that thing?
What is this place all about?
Remember, you are the pride of General Atomics.
Nah.
Come on, put him up, Ray. Put him up. Now, hear the flight.
Whoa, what? No, I didn't want to do that. I didn't ask for this, robots. Started it. Man, good looting on those robots, though. Yeah, a bunch of steroid pills. That all makes sense. Well, I am a master of unlocking. Let's see. Oh, close.
Got it.
I'm not even sure what to do with pre-war money. Oh, we got a terminal. Let's see. Oh, God. Okay. First one's always a shot in the dark. Turn, nothing. Deep, nothing. Fold, nothing. Weak, nothing. Seriously. What are we gonna do about this Piper?
Hey,
You know, the Institute has a lot of enemies. The Minutemen tangled with them once. The Railroad still does. I've even got some notes on these new guys. The Brotherhood of Steel.
We'll talk later. I won't get into that right now. Piper. Tiny. Nope. 3, there we go.
nice.
Okay, so it's all built by robots. See if these other robots are all pissed off at me now. Alright, good, they don't mind. So, okay.
Remember, the use of force against customers is strictly prohibited.
Yeah, boxing robots. Jukebox.
Waitron will take your order. Welcome to Handy Eats, where serving you is our code. Table for one?
Not John Cleese, by the way.
What's with all the bodies?
We do have a lot of satisfied customers, don't we? They almost never leave. I still have one booth left. It'd be my pleasure to serve you.
Sure.
Right this way, Hun.
Hun. Awesome. Guess it's this one.
That's better. Now, how can we serve you today? Charbroiled? Diced? Mashed?
Actually, I'm not hungry after all.
Nonsense. At Handy Eats,
Yeah.
serving you is our code.
Whoa! 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 Wiki robots. Jeez. This wasn't hungry. Once you sit, I guess once you sit down, you're kind of okay, squirrel bits, deathclaw steak, there we go. I could quick item some of that food, I don't have any one food item that's gonna last long enough to make sense. God, if I have to blow up all these robots, it's gonna be such a bummer. No, they don't.
All employees, report suspicious behavior.
They don't seem to care. Alright, let's go explore this bowling facility and then we'll wrap this thing up. Overall thoughts. I'm trying to think of how to... This is clearly it's a build on Fallout 3. It's really a great
Back alley bowling.
exploration of that.
And I'll get you all set up. Here to bowl, just $5,000 a game.
Yeah, sure. I'm just rolling in cash.
I'm sure you are, Mum. Now, are you up for a game?
Dude, I can't afford that.
Sorry to hear that, Mum. Do come back again.
Yeah, I don't think, well...
You have to pay.
Oh my god, seriously, robots. You guys are out of control.
Ready or not, here I come.
Seriously though, robots, your bowling names are on point. I'll give you that much.
I can carry something if you need me to.
Yeah, I know.
Thought as much. Nothing there after all.
What a waste.
Yeesh. Wow, it's quite the, guess the robots didn't bother trying to maintain that, huh? Summer shorts.
Oh my god. They were teaching the robots to bowl? So these were the men who doomed the world.
Piper doesn't like it when I steal money. Alright, well, duly noted. She's a bit of a She's more on the justice side of things. So there are relationships with your companions, so you can do things they like or don't like.
See where we're going.
And that will affect things a little bit. And they've kind of framed it as you'll learn more about them if they like what you're doing, and your relationship will grow. Whether or not that means romantic relationships, I don't know if they go that far. But yeah, so they do kind of have that. Jukebox, what you got? Yeah, put it in. They even took the time to do this. So cool. I wonder if they make the posters and then they distress them after, or if they actually designed it to be distressed in the first place. I wonder if you make it pristine and then you start to ground it up and crack it up, and it'd be interesting. I wonder how they approach that. Ugh, I don't steal stuff. Piper's gonna be a big bummer about it. I don't know how you could live in the wasteland and have a problem with stealing. I mean, now of all times. No, I don't want to deal with that right now. What's down here?
Mr. Ian. This place would be right as rain.
Sorry, Kingpin. Connecting rod, that sounds useful. You can still pick stuff up and move it. I can't say I find myself doing that a lot, but that's still a thing you can do. Everything does seem to have a bit less of that floaty feeling Skyrim's had as well. Like when you're picking stuff up, it just doesn't seem quite as janky. So yeah, this is kind of Fallout 4. This is the flow. You're wandering around, you're running into cool stuff, or you're doing missions, or you're crafting, or you're building up settlements. There's just it's truly endless, the things you can do. I can easily see you spending 200 hours in this world, no sweat, not a problem. And that's without user mods. That's without DLC. It's without anything. Just as on its own. If you've been really looking forward to Fallout 4, this is the game you've been waiting for. It's definitely what you wanted. It's just more Fallout, improvements in all their main systems. The shooting feels good. VAT still feels great. All right, director.
Right there. I've been monitoring your approach. Impressive. Very impressive. For a low-life criminal.
I like when you skip dialogue, your character will kind of go like, yeah, or uh-huh. It'll just skip through it. It's pretty good.
You've been watching me?
Did you honestly think a state-of-the-art facility like the General Atomics Galleria wouldn't have proper surveillance equipment? And yet, despite all of my sensors, all of my robots, I still don't know why you're really here. Just what are you up to? Who are you working for? I want answers! Wait, the grand reopening? Are you Grand Reopening Supervisor 18 Alpha? You're late.
Yes. Yes, that's right.
Manual authorization of the grand reopening requires authentication, so I'm going to need to see your ID, sir.
Wait, manual activation? Is there any other kind?
Automatic activation was scheduled for January 1st, 2078. Wait. Analyzing. Corrupt task detected. Task scheduler repaired. Now executing previously scheduled task. Accessing protocols. All units, stand by for the grand reopening. Processing firmware updates. Done. Reinstating combat inhibitors. Done.
Guess I could have done that before I...
Designating new facility supervisor.
killed everybody.
As the grand reopening supervisor, you will be conducting tonight's customer appreciation raffle. Here is the grand prize. That'll be all, soldier. Dismissed. I've requisitioned supplies from headquarters. We'll just have to hold out until they get through.
Alright, well, that's a thing. That just happened. We did it. We did it, everybody. We survived. Well, I died a few times. But here we are in the wasteland.
All right, maggots, listen up. I want your stores cleaned yesterday.
Look,
Move it! Move
Can
it!
I set you up with a nice hot cup of coffee?
Sure.
Well then, help yourself. Due to liability concerns, we are now a self-service location.
Oh man, so good. I'm going to be playing this game forever, and I suspect if you're into this sort of thing, you will be too. So there you go, that is Fallout 4. Thanks for joining me on this little traipse through the wasteland. I'm Shawn Andrich from Gamers with Jobs. We'll see you next time.